Hey, how's it going? Papa Povey here. Just wanted to make a quick video on the new OSRS RuneScape death mechanic. But before I get into that, I want to announce yesterday's winner, and that is PKS 2K7. You have won a set of full Guthans and one bond. So just hit me up and you can get your item and your bond. I had to make some adjustments. I had to take out the RS3 because I don't have an RS3 account and I don't play. I had a buddy who played RS3 who was going to help me do giveaways on that if anybody from RS3 won, which I feel bad because last week's winner was RS3 and I've still yet to get him his stuff. So please, bro, hang in there with me. I'm trying to do the best I can for you. I still have your stuff. If you can come to OSRS, I can trade it to you and then you can figure out a way to get it to your RS3 account. Trust me, I feel awful about this. I hate it, so I had to take RS3 out. I'm sorry, everybody, but I don't play that. I'm just an old school guy. And the old school items are worth more anyways, so everybody should be happy. It's a win-win. Most people who play RS3 have an OSRS account that they can log into real quick if they do win. So even if you do play RS3 majority, as long as you have an OSRS account and you sign in, you subscribe and like and leave your RSN, you can just hop onto your old school account, I can trade you your stuff, and then boom, you can kick it over to your RS3 account and swap it, however you want to do that. That's all on you. You can do whatever you want with items once I give them to you. You just got to confirm it's you. Okay, now let's get into this new death mechanic, alright? First I'm going to go over the PVM side of everything, and I'll mix in obviously some PvP in it, but I'm mostly PVM, and this is mostly only affects PVM aspects of old school RuneScape. Most PvP hasn't changed at all. Okay, so when you die outside of PvP, obviously your three main items, most valuable items, will still remain with you when you respawn, no matter what. But the rest will be dropped near where you died, and it'll be marked with a gravestone. And that gravestone will appear on your mini-map, so you can always know where it is. And once you die, there will be a 15-minute timer that does start. So you have 15 minutes to get back and claim your items from the grave. So to get your items back, you return to the gravestone, click on it, and you can loot your gravestone from up to 7 tiles away. So don't put yourself back into harm's way trying to claim your items. Remember, you can be 7 tiles away. While you use the death interface, so yeah, stay 7 tiles away while you're in the death interface so you can navigate the screen without worrying about being attacked, okay? But remember, the stone only lasts 15 minutes, which is plenty enough time for most newbies to get anywhere in RuneScape. Yes, I understand some of the hard bosses might take more than that for some players to get back to, but don't worry, you'll still be covered. Okay, like I said, a timer will appear with 15 minutes as soon as you respawn. So, but if you pause, like stop moving in the game, you're inactive at all, the timer will stop counting down. If you log out, the timer will stay right where it was. And you can log back into any world. You don't have to log back into the same world you died from, which is awesome. Because sometimes, I've died back in the day and logged out, forget, somehow I got disconnected and forget my world. You're all good, so nobody has to worry about that. If you have a poor internet connection, you get disconnected or it's lagging, don't worry. Your timer will just pause, so you won't lose nothing. Okay? Don't worry. Okay. Your grave will have some common items for free, but more valuable items will cost you, obviously. The fees start at 1K for items worth 100K and go all the way up to 100K fee for items worth 10 million and above. And remember, if you're an Iron Man, you get a 50% discount. They want to help out the Irons. That's the way I look at this new update. It's pretty much helping out the Iron Man community. Because some of the gear it takes a long hours and hours of grinding to make your Slayer helms and imbuing all your stuff. But anyways, we'll get to that. Sorry, had to write some notes this time so I don't forget everything. So bear with me, y'all. So we're at, yep, like I said, Be 100K for any items worth 10 million or more. Irons get a 50% discount. And the money can be taken right from your bank. So you don't have to worry about bringing money with you, or if you accidentally forget stuff like me. I got a horrible memory. I forget things all the time in game, and I got to run back to my bank. So if you died and you didn't forget and you forgot your cash, don't worry. Death will take it right out of your bank. Don't worry. Isn't that convenient? Okay, now let's go over some of the special items if you have on you. Like, for instance, charged items. And I'll just reference the toxic blowpipe. So if you have a toxic blowpipe on you, when you die, it'll be converted into its uncharged, tradable version upon death. This is outside of PvP. Obviously, if you're in PvP, your PKer will get that. And any charges you had remaining when you died will be converted back into Zulrah scales as for the BP. So you get equal amount of Zulrah scales back for your charges, so you won't lose none of your charges. Obviously in PvP though, of course, these items will just drop on the ground for your killer to pick right up. Alright, now we go over the broken items. And I'm just going to use the fire cape as reference. How this works depends on where you are in-game and how you die when you have it on. Depends on where you need to go and how much it costs to get it repaired. If you're PvP and below 20 wild, your item will just break and the PKer gets coins in return. They set a standard amount for fire cape kills. You guys know, like Gmaul, cash stacks, fire cash stacks, all that good shit. Crap, Okay, now I'm going to go over some tradable ornament kits. These will protect your items in PVM now. So if you have an ornament kit on something, or you dye your whip, when you die, that'll count as an untradable item now. So you will keep it, and it doesn't count towards your 3 most valuable items. And that only works for tradable kits and the tradable paints, okay? Remember, only tradable. If you have something that's non-tradable and you attach to an item and you die with it, I don't know, you lose it. Now we'll go over the special pouches like rune pouches, herb sacks, and all that. Now when you die, all your runes or herbs will appear on the ground. Okay? They'll be outside of it. They won't be in the pouch no more, but your runes will still all be there for you to pick up. Unless you're PvP, and obviously then the person who killed you can loot all your stuff, just like normal. Like I said, PvP hasn't changed really. And you can also, like before you go out, you can click and check like items kept on death, and it will explain all this. And it's a new interface. There'll be a couple different scenarios so you can see what you'd keep on this scenario, where you are in the world, if you're past level 20 wild, if you're under it, if you're PVMing, if you're PvPing. You can click different options and it will let you know the items you will keep. Okay. And remember, if you died once and you're going to reclaim your gravestone, sorry, 1 second, thirsty. Yeah. If you die and you're going to reclaim it and you die again, your gravestones will just combine into one gravestone and the timer will restart. So don't worry, you can die as many times as you want on your way to get your stuff. It'll just keep adding it all together. Remember, if you die in an instance area now, your gravestone will appear on the outside of the room. So that's a huge savior. For like God Wars dungeons, you don't have to worry about going in and getting 50 more Armadillo kills or Sarah kills to get back into the room to pick up your stuff. It'll just be boom, right on the outside. So that's awesome. But remember, food and potions will automatically go to the ground. So you still are able to create supply piles in those instant areas and boss areas, which the food and potions will stay on the ground for 1 hour for you. So yes, anybody who makes supply piles, don't worry, they'll still be there. Okay, now let's go what happens if you don't get back to your grave in time. If you don't get back to your grave within the 15-minute timer, everything will get sent right to death. And now you're going to have to go pay Death a visit, which nobody wants to go visit Death. He's not a very happy guy, and he doesn't really like having to wander all over Gelinor collecting everybody's shitty items when they die. So that's why he charges you more. I mean, items under 100K, you'll get that back for free. He's not too worried about that. But anything above that, you have to pay 5% of the GE value. Okay? And like I said, anything under 100K, he'll give it back, because Death, he likes newbies. So you newbies, don't worry. Your little crummy items are all safe. Just playing. You know we love you all. Okay. And Death has 3 offices. There's one in the Lumbridge Graveyard. The other one is in the Edgeville Coffin Room. And the third one that I know of is under Falador. Under the White Knight's Castle in Falador. And the first time you die after logging in after this update, you will go straight to Death, and he will explain pretty much everything I'm explaining right now. And give you a even more rundown, obviously, because there's pictures, it's in-game. This is just a little one-on-one sit-down. Anybody who wants to listen and likes to support Papa Pove. We know I like to support the OSRS community. I just, it's one love. One love. Anyways. And you don't always have to pay with coins, like I said. Like for Iron Men, you get a 50% discount, and you can pay with items. Because I know money is much harder to get for Iron Men, and it's harder to create big cash stacks. So don't worry about that. And they even added a little some cosmetics to it. If you got extra money, you can go talk to Death, and you can get the Angel of Death gravestone from Death. And I think there's even a couple more different cosmetic upgrades for your gravestone. Even though most people don't see your grave, hardly ever they won't, unless they happen to run by. Sorry, don't mind me. Damn, I love Dr. Pepper. Best pop out there. Who else's favorite pop is Dr. Pepper? Leave it down in the comments. Okay. That's pretty much it for now. So, remember, please like, subscribe, share if you enjoyed any of my footage. If you enjoy my updates, my little talks. All feedback is welcomed, and I wish for it. Or if anybody has any ideas or any questions, don't forget to comment your RSN to be entered into every single weekly giveaway with items valued at 100 million in-game value and bonds. And those giveaways are held every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I just want to say, thank you to anybody who watches my videos, gives it a like, a subscribe, a share, anything to help support me in the OSRS community. That's what I'm about. Alright? One love, everybody. Have a great day and happy scaping. Peace.